Hey, DirtFarmerJay here from DirtFarmerJay.com. I knew Felco made incredible loppers and hand pruners, but you're talking about cable cutters? You bet. In this episode, I'm going to compare their CDO and C7 cable cutters. Stick around. Hey, DirtFarmerJay from DirtFarmerJay.com. Felco makes great tools, but I was unaware that they made tools beyond agricultural tools like hand pruners and loppers. In this episode, we're going to compare these two great cable cutters that they offer. Now, these are great around the home, the garden, the greenhouse, for cutting both cables and wire, and we're going to compare the two of them. These are beautiful tools. They're made in Switzerland. They're not cheap, but they're lifetime tools, and so the lifetime value is going to be very high and the daily cost of ownership quite low. Well, let's start with the Felco C7. All right, this back card that looks like it's just simply a merchandising card that comes with the packaging of the C7 is actually a multilingual language and use card that tells you all about how this can be used, its capabilities, and what it'll do when you're cutting different types of material like hardened wire, softer wire, cable, aircraft cable, those sort of things. All of it's there, and I'll put some of the top specifications in the description below, comparing it head-to-head against their CDO cutter. But the other thing that's really handy here with all Felco tools, they're highly serviceable. So let's say that something does get damaged and you need to replace something, or it's not working to the level you'd like in several years from now, you can get replacement parts, and all of that is shown right here in the card so that you can order it right from the company. So all that information is there, but let's put it to use here. And one of the things that you'll see in this card is that it points out that whenever you're cutting something, there's a certain placement. But the first thing we're gonna do is get the cutter open. And to do that, there's a little latch in the back right here. To take that open, we're just gonna roll that back, and now the cutters will open. And there is a notch right here in the top that opens up. That is where all the leverage is applied into these two hardened jaws, and a lot of force is put there. Now, when you cut, you do not cut. So I'm gonna take this piece of hardened wire, high tension wire that we use a lot around our place. You would not put it at the tip and to cut it, you put it at the base. And then when you do that and cut it, let's see, with regular hand strength, let's see if I can do it. You bet. It'll cut right through this hardened wire, this high tension wire that's used around the farm and the ranch quite a bit. But if it's less hardened wire, it's gonna cut it like butter. And all the specifications are there. So this tool, it feels really good in the hand. Moderate spread on it, so it's a little bit wide for my hands, but I can bring it down and start to cut, and then a lot of leverage is applied right here. And I can just tell by looking at it that this is a really well-made and serviceable tool. Any tool like this needs to be lubricated ongoing, coated, oil put in the right places, and the return spring and so forth. So to make it last forever and to enjoy it ongoing, keep it maintenance. All right, this is the CDO cable cutter. This will cut, the overall length is about 7 3/4 inches or 20 centimeters. It weighs just about 6/10 of a pound or 0.28 kilograms. And it'll cut about 1/5 of an inch diameter on most materials, or 5 millimeter. All those specifications, again, are down in the description below, but this is a really nice cutter as well. Now, this one's a little bit heavier duty than the other unit I just showed you, but we're gonna go ahead and put in a part of this tension wire here. I'm gonna put it through, put my hands on it, and it actually cuts quite a bit with less resistance than the other unit does. So I wouldn't say I've got really strong hands, but they work really well with this. Now, the other thing I'm gonna cut using this came off a ground staple that's good for putting down polytextiles or geotextiles, like if you're putting down for a nursery floor or that sort of thing. And these staples, the ones that we got were way too long for our ground. We had to cut these off. But let's see how that works. I'm gonna put it in the back, and I can see that that's already takes significant used to do that. But look I was able to cut it, and without a lot of work, the jaws did a beautiful job on that. So this cuts a little bit more. It's easier to stow, as easy as it stows the other one, the little swivel, and the two are ready to go. The CDO model is especially good for working with fencing. So whether or not you're stringing, let's say barbed wire, fence panels, that kind of thing, you can use this to cut. It's really handy size, high leverage. It works really well for that. Both of these sets work really well for cutting netting type, like what you see on all the tables that we use here in the greenhouse. We can use these to trim those panels aside very quickly. Both work beautifully. Now, what should you expect to pay for these? Remember, these are world-class tools, lifetime tools. You should expect to pay around $80 for this unit. Sure, you can find cheaper ones out there, but for the size of this, and you can put it in your pocket and keep it going, that'll work just great. Now, if we look at this unit here, you're going to pay about $60 out. You can get them on Amazon. Again, when you see these kind of tools, it's a form of flattery, but not a really kind one. You're going to see a lot of knockoffs out there. Don't fall for it. They aren't genuine tools. They aren't going to give you the same service. So you should expect to pay about $60 for this one or $80 for this one. Both are great choices. If it was me, I'd spend the extra $20 and get this one just because it's got higher leverage, a little bit more capacity, but both are great tools. Check them out down in the listing below where we'll give you the full specifications and you can make the decision for yourself. Another great tool that Felco puts out is its standard F2 pruner, hand pruner. This is the gold standard of pruners. Check out this episode where we show you how it works and where you can get them. Until the next time, this is Dirt Farmer Jay getting ready to go cut some wire.